Hi, my name is Sally, and today I'd like to talk you through the application order of Look Fabulous Forever's makeup range, which is specifically designed for older faces. If you enjoy this video, please can I ask you to like it and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done. The more subscribers we have, then that means we can reach more women and help other women. Okay, so the order in which I put my makeup on. I'm going to talk you today through every single makeup item that we have in the Look Fabulous Forever range. You might not use all of them yourself. And obviously there's absolutely no wrong or right with makeup. Makeup is an art form, but this is what I do when I'm putting makeup on myself or on other ladies. So I will always start with a freshly cleansed face using the Perfectly Clean cleanser. What I then do is I always put moisture onto a face before putting makeup on. So I use the Hydration Hold Serum next, just to pop that on. And then I put on my Day Moisturiser. So that is the Smooth Day Face Cream. So I pop that on after the Hydration Hold Serum, and I let those products sink in for a few minutes before I start on my makeup application. So I might then brush my teeth or comb my hair or get dressed or do something else for a few minutes to let that sink in. Okay, so now we're starting on makeup application. So the first product I would always use is the Smooth Like Silk Face Prime. And this product I use all over my face just by applying it with my fingers to create the perfect base on which I'm going to then paint my canvas and put my foundation or my beauty balm on. So that comes first. If you want to use a neutralizer, so if you have got very red skin, you might at that point use the Colour Balance Neutralizer in green. And that I would put on any really bad broken capillaries, or if you've got redness on your cheeks, a little bit of green goes next. If you've got really dark circles or really dark sunspots, I would at this point put on the Peach Colour Balance Neutralizer. So I do that next, straight after the face prime. The next product that I would put on would be my foundation or my Light Look Beauty Balm. So Light Look Beauty Balm, which is one step up from a tinted moisturiser, or Continuous Cover Foundation. You might even want to mix the two together, which is fine as well, to get the right coverage for you. And you can either apply with your fingers, or I like to use the foundation brush number 3 to really buff them in, the products in. If you're using the Peach Colour Balance Neutralizer, you may, if you've buffed off a bit too much, you may want to put a little bit more on top at this point, but I would usually put this on before the foundation. Okay, next thing I do is I use concealer. So I would put on my Cover to Cover Creamy Concealer. Now, I tend to put this on using a concealer brush, number 4, and I use this anywhere that I need extra coverage. So often around my nose, under my eyes, into the inner corners of my eyes, and then I go over the areas where I might have put the green or the Peach Colour Balance Neutralizer as well, just to give a little bit of extra help and just sort of tap that in. So concealer next. After I've put my concealer on, I like to use my translucent powder because this helps to really set particularly the areas that I have concealed. So with smaller areas such as under the eyes, I will use this brush, which is my shadow brush number 7, and I will just sort of kind of pop over the areas where I have concealed. Otherwise, you can just use the powder brush, powder bronzer brush number 1, and just dust over with some powder. Okay, Now it's time to finish off the rest of the primers. So what I do next is I put on some eye prime, smooth out eye prime, just a tiny amount. I tend to take it up on my finger, smooth a little bit onto each eyelid, and I then either blend it in with my ring finger or I use the concealer brush number 4 just to blend that all over the lid and just above the socket line, so that when I put my eyeshadow on, it will just stay put beautifully, and it will mean that I will get rid of any kind of fine veins and make the eyeshadow go on a true colour. While I'm doing eye prime, I usually then think, lip prime, it's a good time to remember. So I, at this point, put on my Never Feather lip prime, if I'm going to use this product, and I use this around the outer edge of my lip to stop feathering and bleeding. I do it now so that it has a little bit of time to dry before I get to the lipstick application stage. Okay. Now I'm ready to do my eyes. Now, this is where, if you've got absolutely no eyebrows at all, this is the time I would start to paint my eyebrows in using Bring Back Brow Shape, because you need to have you need to know where you're going to be putting your eyeshadow. If you've got brows, I tend to do this at the end of my eye makeup. So this varies depending on whether you have any brows at all. If you have completely no brows, then use this product, shake it, take off the excess, put it on with the brush. It has a very, very, very fine brush inside. Just paint it on little feathery strokes, and then use your spoolie brush, just number 6, just to blend it out. So that's if you haven't got any brows at all. Otherwise, what I do after doing my eye prime and my lip prime is I start to apply my eyeshadow. So I use, first of all, I use the No Shimmer eye shade. So I might want to use the trio, such as this one, or just single ones. And I tend to apply these with the eyeshadow brush number 7. So just take them up and apply what you want, where you want. You might want to use 3 colours, 1 colour, 2 colours. What I then do is I use, if I'm going to, a little bit of Sheer Brilliance lid colour. This is a slightly stickier product, and if I'm using both, I would use that just in the centre, like I've got now, before doing my eyeliner. So eyeliner, I'm actually going to again use a darker No Shimmer eye shade with a wedge brush number 8 to create the effect of a line. And I do that after I've put the shimmery one on, the Sheer Brilliance one on, so that I can make that line perfect. Okay, so I've done my eyeliner, I've done my eyes. What I'm now going to do is, if you use eyelash curlers, this is the time to use your eyelash curlers. You want to do this before you put your mascara on. So hold those on for about 10 seconds, open, take them away. Next step, mascara. So this for me is when my eye makeup starts to come to life. So I use either the non-waterproof or the waterproof mascara, and I tend to do both the tops of my lashes and let those dry. And then if I want to, I put a little layer afterwards on both bottoms. So at this stage, for me, because I've already got brows, this is when I put my Bring Back Brow product on. So let me hold that up again. Bring Back Brow. So because I've got brows, the first thing I do before I put it on is I use my spoolie brush just to even them out and make sure that they're lying flat. Then I shake the product and apply the brow product as I showed you before. And then at the end, I make sure that again, I use the spoolie brush just to soften them when I've done that. Okay, the next product that I love to use is my Instant Bright Highlight So I use this in various places. I put a little bit underneath my brows just to create a little bit of light under my brows, which will bring that forward. I also put a little bit just on my cheekbone in a sort of C effect to create just that little bit of light just around here. I sometimes put a little stripe down my nose as well, and I sometimes put a little bit on my Cupid's bow and a little bit on my chin area. So it's a little bit of highlighter. Okay, so because I've already put my powder on, I can then, if I want to, apply a little bit of bronzer. If I want my face just to be warmed up, and I will apply my bronzer using my big sort of #1 powder bronzer brush, and I will put that on in a sort of sweeping motion, like a sort of #3, just on the areas that I might get sun-kissed. Sort of here, here, here. I always put a little bit just down my neck as well with my bronzer, just to create that little bit of sun-kissed look. Next step, nearly there, is blusher. So this is the stage where I need a little bit of blusher, and I tend to use one of the lovely creamy blushers, and I would put it on with my fingers, and I just pat it on, just onto my cheekbone, bringing it up. And then what I might do is blend it in a little bit with my blusher brush #2 in a sort of slightly sweeping or circular motion. Okay, we're now ready for lipstick. So at this point, I would put my lips on. Ideally, I would use a lipstick brush to put my lipstick on, and I would use my brush #5 to do that, or you can just put it directly on from the bullet. So my lovely lustrous colour lipstick, which I put on, and then decide whether I wanted any gloss. I might then put a little bit of lip gloss on. So today I've got my gorgeous gloss lip colour in Cinnamon Kiss, and I've just put that in the centre of my lips on top of my lipstick. You might want to use a clear lip gloss, or you might just want to use a lip gloss instead of a lipstick. So I tend to do that at this stage. I then go back and decide whether I need just a sweep more blusher, maybe a little bit more bronzer, and I often at this stage put a little bit more powder on just to set my makeup for the day. So that's it. Seems like a lot of products, but I just wanted to talk through the order of everything if you're going to use them all, and hopefully this will really help you, because it can be a little bit confusing otherwise when there are so many products. If you have enjoyed the video, then please, as I said, if you could like it, and please subscribe to the channel because it really helps. Thank you so much.